Well, howdy there. Ha! One of the bullets just flew out. Oh, well, my name's Fox, and I'm David Fox, and welcome to my review of Solo, a Star Wars story. And I actually meant to do this standing, but my tripod broke and fell and literally slammed my camera against the ground, and I'm just happy that it's working. And now I basically got to buy a new tripod. So yeah, there's that. But basically, I just got back from watching Solo, a Star Wars story, which my brother actually, who's still in Texas, actually got out of it too. And he actually got like the dice from Solo. I'm like, that's freaking cool. Now I gotta look up on Etsy to buy my own. but yeah, Solo, a Star Wars story. This is the new Star Wars prequel / side story that, kind of bleeds into the main one. Kind of similar to Rogue One. Though, I guess this takes place... Yeah, it takes place before Rogue One. Yeah, because basically you follow, again, Han Solo as he slowly becomes the smuggler that everyone loves and stuff like that. And mind you, I'm someone who didn't really grow up with the main Star Wars series. I did, and mind you, on the flip note of that, I'm someone who did know of Star Wars and who actually did watch Episode 1, 2, and 3 and was thoroughly confused before those movies came out. And I there's when I asked what are these movies? Oh, that's Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. What about 1, 2, and 3? Those haven't been made yet. What? That completely confused 4-year-old me. But now I have seen all of the Star Wars series from Episode 1 all the way to The Last Jedi, which I liked. I liked The Last Jedi, and I paused at that moment because I'm pretty sure some of you are going to shut this video off immediately at that point. But I did like The Last Jedi. I think it's a really good movie, and I liked it. But mind you, I don't think Rey's parents are nobody, but I did like The Last Jedi. And I also like this movie. I'm not sure if there is some kind of thing that like The Last Jedi, they're like, oh, it's a giant backlash because Luke Skywalker isn't the goody-good person that he was in the other films and stuff like that. No, I actually really like this, I really like this movie. And I didn't grow up with the original Star Wars, so I never really had, I guess, a giant connection or a giant love for Han Solo. I knew who he was. Mind you, to show how much I didn't know about the original Star Wars series, I was like, why is Princess Leia such a big character that people like? Isn't she just like the regular damsel in distress? No, it turns out that's totally not the case. I didn't know nothing about that. All I knew about Star Wars was lightsabers, which I also got from Episode 1, 2, and 3, Anakin, and Darth Vader, and no, I am your father. No! And then I think that's the wrong quote. But, that's all I knew about Star Wars. And so, I never really had that much of a connection toward Han Solo. After watching the original series, I see where a lot of other characters kind of got the archetype from kind of Han Solo in some cases. The whole, storms off and then comes in last minute, woo kind of thing. And I get it. And Harrison Ford is freaking awesome. But Han Solo wasn't a big thing. So when I was heard that there was going to be a Han Solo movie made, I wasn't up and up like, oh, Han Solo, boycott Star Wars. I mean, no, it's freaking great. And honestly, I think this is freaking great. This is the best way I can say it's like a, I don't know, I would say Fast and the Furious. It's like a cowboy movie. It's a thief movie. It's a thief movie. It's a Star Wars thief movie. Rogue One was the military kind of Vietnam kind of movie. This was more like the thief movie. Mind you, there are some gripes I do have with this. I do have with the movie. One of them being because basically the whole point is that him and his girlfriend were trying to get off world, of this slummy place where it's like run by gangs and stuff like that. Trying to get off world. Han Solo escapes. The girlfriend doesn't, and Han Solo has to then. He joins the military to then try to become a pilot, so that way he can then come back and save his girlfriend. But 3 years later, he's thrown into a war. He's not a pilot, and eventually, basically, he meets up with some rogues who are actually smugglers who stole armor off of soldiers and stuff. And basically, after Han Solo is said he's a traitor, he's thrown into a pit where he meets Chewie, who's a monster. The two team up. They find the thieves, join up with them, and immediately help them with another heist, trying to harvest basically these crystals that are the fuel to warp space and basically go around the galaxy. And they are, of course, highly expensive. And basically then you just have a whole thing where it's like, eventually you meet a group of characters. They have to go do this big heist to get unrefined version of these crystals. So then, to pay back a debt for losing the shipment the first time, Han meets up his girlfriend, who actually is working for the guy that is paying Yondu in this. No, that's not Yondu. That's not Yondu. That's Tallahassee. Yeah, Tallahassee from Zombieland. Sorry, I don't really remember names all that much, but Tallahassee from Zombieland. To help him out, and basically then Han Solo gets dragged into this world. He meets up with Lando Calrissian, and it's the whole kind of it's the story. It's basically filling in the gaps of every little thing that we kind of knew about Han Solo that we learned from stuff from the original trilogy. The Millennium Falcon ran the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. But the thing is that the Kessel Run we never knew what the Kessel Run was. Well, Kessel Run was. It's kind of similar to the Clone Wars in the original trilogy, where it's kind of it's mentioned, but it wasn't really something that was really elaborated on. This more or less elaborates on what that was, that it actually was a heist to get through this storm area to basically get the unrefined energy crystals to then take them to get somewhere to get refined. And it's really it plays with it plays with something. It's like the stuff like Han Solo getting the Millennium Falcon in basically a poker game. He beats Lando, but then it turns out that's not the time he actually does beat it, because Lando cheats. And Han Solo beats him later on. And it's stuff like that. It's cool, and I love that they're filling in the mythology of Solo, and it's pretty awesome. And heck, at one point they even bring spoilers. I highly recommend this movie. Go see it. But they bring in Darth Maul at one point. I'm like, what the fudge? And I'm like, fudge, yeah! And this is a Clone Wars, not Clone Wars, post Clone Wars, pre Rebels Darth Maul, because he has the lightsaber with that arc, that half arc on it. So it's okay, so I know at what point it is, because he has that lightsaber during Rebels. So I'm okay, that's kind of freaking cool. And it also connects this still with Rebels as well. So I'm that's freaking epic. I like that. That was a cool thing. That was freaking awesome. And basically, there's a whole bunch of people being backstabbed. It's the thief movie slash kind of western, kind of marauder kind of thing, and I liked it. I really did like it. Though again, there are some things that I think they could have done a little bit better. Because there are some things that, like, at some point, there are points where a couple characters die. Like, they have their own version of Rocket Raccoon, who's like this multi-armed guy, who I really did kind of like when he was on screen. Like, he always had, like, different stories. They say, like, oh, yeah, like, or, like, he'll say things like, you'll never have slept better than sleeping in a Wookiee's lap. And stuff like that. It's like, I like this character. He's a fun character. But, like, when he dies, or, like, Tallahassee's wife dies, when they both die, it's like, well, alright, whatever. Or, like, they just, like, immediately bring Han Solo on this job to steal all these refined crystals. I'm like, you don't know anything about this guy. You don't really know much about him. Because, like, Han Solo joins the Empire at one point. He becomes a stormtrooper, which I'm thinking, like, you know, it would be kind of cool to see, like, a clone trooper based movie. Like, so far we've had about, two characters. Two characters who were clone troopers, or not clone troopers, stormtroopers. Two characters that were stormtroopers, but we never really, but they immediately kind of cut out to that. Like, I could have, like, maybe the movie was already running a little too long, but, like, I could have used, like, a little bit of, like, Han Solo in the stormtroopers ranks, or heck, give us a stormtrooper movie. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. Like, let us follow a stormtrooper and see, like, kind of like the opposite side of everything. The opposite side with, like, the rebels attacking the Empire and, you know, stuff like that, or them going attacking. Like, I kind of want to see that movie. I want to see that kind of movie. But, like, I even heard, like, what is it? I think Battlefront 2, like, you kind of see that for, like, 10 minutes, and then it's like, But yeah, I want to see that movie. But, they just cut 3 years later, immediately, oh, there it is. And then, again, whole coincidence, oh, you found your girlfriend in this bar, with these kind of mafia-esque kind of characters. I was like, alright. Also, like, this gang's called the Red Sun, and they're like, they work for the Red Sun. He's like, Han Solo, like, the Red Sun? And I'm like, what the fudge is the Red Sun? Like, I didn't, like, maybe because there isn't really a text crawl, but they did have kind of, like, a text intro kind of thing, where it's like, alright, I kind of, even though Rogue One, I guess, didn't really need it, because it kind of had that opening stuff, I did kind of like how, like, they're like, alright, we're going to give you a text, but we're going to give it its own kind of thing instead of just being the text scroll. I'm like, alright, that's kind of cool. It's like, this is a Star Wars story, so, like, it doesn't have to be exactly like their main trilogy, but, you know, it can kind of have its own thing. Or 9 trilogy? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 trilogy. 9 trilogy. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. But again, like, what is it? Couple things, actually. Did Chewbacca eat people? Because they said they haven't fed the monster, which was actually Chewbacca. And I'm like, so did they eat people? I don't know. I did like at the end when the Marauders, like, they said, like, that they're going to basically use the stuff, like, this is the start of something new. And I'm like, a rebellion. It's the rebels. These are the beginning of the rebels. And she goes, a rebellion. And I'm like, yep, got it. Sweet. That was cool. When they introduced Darth Maul, and, like, basically at the end when Han Solo's girlfriend betrays Han Solo, and basically contacts a dude in a black hood, I'm like, is that? No. I'm like, is that the Emperor? Is this supposed to be like the Red Sun right now actually working for the Emperor? And then it turns out, actually, that's kind of true, I think, because I gotta finish Rebels, but I know Darth Maul basically got grabbed by Darth Sidious at the end of Clone Wars, or around the end of Clone Wars. So, he might still be under the Emperor's rule. But yeah, like when Darth Maul came out, I'm like, fudge yeah! And he shows way more emotion in this than he did in almost anything in Episode 1. But I'm like, fudge! Yeah, they're giving Darth Maul his own screen time in a movie. They're bringing him back. The next movie's probably going to be a Darth Maul movie? I'm hoping? I kind of hope that's what's going to happen. I'd love for a Darth Maul movie. Fudge, I'd love for a Darth Maul video game. Like, they said they were going to make a Darth Maul video game where there's going to be, like, kind of stealth going on. And, like, he gained force through fear or something like that. I'm like, it's kind of really cool. It's like one of the, like, they had it in, like, a Game Informer once for, like, scrap Star Wars stuff. And, like, they scrapped it. Like, oh, that sucks. That would have been awesome. But yeah, like, I want to see that. The guy who does this, because again, like it literally ends with like him, like Han Solo going to Tatooine basically to join up with Jabba's gang. But I really did like the movie. I liked the movie, like, and I felt like every time, like, when they do when he did like the cowboy holding the gun, I'm like, all right, that kind of works. It kind of fits, I think. Like, when he did it, it still looked cool. It still looked awesome. And then, at one point, they even have kind of like a Guido and Han Solo thing. And, like, Han Solo, like, the bad guy's talking, he's going to shoot Han Solo. But Han Solo shoots first and just shoots him, like, all right, that's freaking great. It's basically kind of fixing the whole, like, who shot first, Han or Guido kind of thing. Han shot first. I've never seen the original thing, but I kind of prefer, like, if Han Solo shot first. We got to make him more of a rebel. Mind you, he never really. Mind you, again, like, another gripe is he never really felt like, because at one point he's like, I'm not a good guy, I'm a bad guy, or I'm not the good guy, or something like that. And I'm just like, I kind of are. I don't really see anything that was really, quote-unquote, bad about you. There's nothing really evil or bad about you. And so like that, maybe we would have saw a little bit more of him being kind of a bad guy or kind of an a-hole. Maybe. But so far, he didn't really seem like that. He seemed like a straight hero. So, I don't know. I feel like, again, what should have happened, even though I did love the Darth Maul reveal at the end, I kind of feel what should have happened was that, because basically Han Solo gives his girlfriend the dice, the golden dice that Leia gets later on, gives her the dice. They kind of disappear through most of the film until one point where she gives the dice back to him, like during this like point where they act like they're slaves, and I'm just like, I feel like it would have been better, like, if we would have seen, like, this happy-go-lucky kind of Han Solo, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed kind of Han Solo, but then saw the girlfriend die, because, he's gonna get with Leia, saw the girlfriend die, and then that's when, like, dying, that's when she gives him the dice, like, covered with blood or something, and then it's like, then that gives the dice way more meaning, because as soon as Han Solo gets the dice at the slaver or whatever area where they're getting the crystals, the dice disappear out of the movie completely. They only appear in the beginning and at the end. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. Like, we could have just saw at the end, like, she dies in his arms, and this is what makes him colder. This is what makes him the Han Solo from the first movie. This is what makes him for Han Solo from A New Hope. He has the dice. He's a little bit darker, but he's ready to jump fully into the outlaw thing. Puts it around hangs it on the Millennium Falcon's thing, and ready to go, and flies off. I think that'd been kind of cool. There's a new droid in this, M7, I think that's her name. Where she basically is where she's a sassy. Kind of like a sassy black robot. I think that was what that was. I don't know. She was, woman's rights kind of thing. Not really woman's rights, robots' rights. Because she's like, I'm a robot of my own kind. They don't even serve my kind here. And stuff like that. I'm like, I really kind of like this robot a little bit. Mind you, spoiler alerts, when she dies, I didn't feel as much as I did for, the robot from Rogue One. And mind you, I don't even remember the robot's name from Rogue One. But I remember But I felt more emotion when he died than when she died. Even though when she died, I'm like, oh, that sucks. She was kind of an interesting character. She was kind of cool. There was a funny scene where, like, she says that Chewie and Han and this girl were having like that Han liked her, and she's like, the robot's like, oh yeah, me and Lando, because Lando's robot, she's Lando's robot, goes, me and Lando have a similar thing. He's in love with me, but it can't work. Though sometimes I want. She says we're not compatible, and the girl's like, because she said the girl's like, how would that work? And she goes, it works. I'm like, do you have a robotic? Is it just like is it like a fleshlight? Never mind. In any case, that robot was kind of cool, and also like a lot of people were, I don't know what the fudge it is. A lot of people were getting angry, like, oh, Lando's pansexual, and I'm like, what the fudge does pansexual mean? And what does it matter? If I remember correctly, that means you have no preference, which means you'll go out with anything. I think that's what pansexual means. I don't freaking know. It doesn't matter. There's no point. There's nothing in this movie that says he's pansexual or anything, like any relationship with Lando with anyone other than maybe the robot, which maybe that's pansexual because he has no preferences, so he'll do it with a robot? I guess? I don't know. I watched freaking Total Recall and... Was it... No, it's Total Recall, freaking moron. Minority Report, No, is it Minority... No, god dang! Blade Runner! Fudge me! 2019 Blade Runner, where the freaking main character falls in love with a hologram. I've seen weirder relationships, and even then, that's not even that weird. I've been on DeviantArt, but, God, like, I'm just like, fudge me, are you just kidding me? Really? But yeah, like, I've seen, like, they're like, oh, we're making this, like, pansexual for, they're doing this just for, diversity, and I'm like, oh, shut the fudge up, it's not even in the fucking film. It's a side note. If anything, it's like, oh yeah, it's like when you look at a character, she's like, oh look at that, he's bisexual, he's pansexual. And I'm like, the fudge? What the fudge does it matter? It's your freaking problem for putting such a big deal in it. And freaking that's crap. Oh my god, it's stupid. But yeah, the movie, I liked it. It was fun. Some things felt a bit rushed. Or it's like, oh, some coincidences, I guess. But, I did like it. It was cool. Like, even at one point where, like, the robot accidentally starts, like, a robot rebellion and then a slave rebellion. Like, that's freaking funny. I wish, the Empire would have had a little bit more stuff. Or, like, when they do the time skip and Han Solo is in the middle of, like, a trench war with, I don't know who. We just see them shooting off somewhere and people are just dying left and right. Like, Commander at one point just blows up. I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. And it was really rough and, like, warlike. I'm like, man, I really want to see a Stormtrooper movie. Like, that seems like it'd be freaking awesome. But, like, I'm just like, oh, but who are they fighting? Like, they never really say who they're fighting on this planet. It's just like, they're in the middle of a war zone. These guys busted in and, like, you know, stole some armor and stuff to get in and stuff. And it's just like, alright, whatever. And stole some armor to steal a ship. That way they could steal these crystals. The Marauders are freaking awesome. Look like straight out of Destiny, which was kind of cool. I love Star Wars. I love the world of it, especially because, if anything, it reminds me a lot of Jak and Daxter, where it's kind of a mix, where it's the mix of magic and technology. Mind you, Jak and Daxter 2 and 3. I did like Jak and Daxter 1, but Jak 2 and 3, I think, were my favorites. 3 probably be my favorite, even though apparently it's controversial and whatever. I don't know. I love the goddamn games. They're awesome. But 2 and 3 were my favorites. And I liked 1, and I actually like the spin-offs too. But in any case, it's kind of that similar sci-fi fantasy thing, which I think that kind of makes me gravitate more towards Star Wars a little bit more. And I like these side stories. I want to see more of these side stories. They are awesome. I would like actually a TV show. Give us I guess I could watch Rebels too, but I would like a Star Wars TV show. Though that'd be like high budget, I think. And also, there's a crap ton of special effects in this movie. But I mean, like practical effects, like this one like robot, this one like worm woman, or like majority actually of them are all like practical effects. There's a ton of practical and CGI effects, which I liked. It was cool. I liked this. But this movie was awesome. If you're on the fence about it, don't be. It's a great movie. I liked it. And mind you, I like The Last Jedi, so maybe that'll undercut, like, you're like, oh, I don't believe him. But I liked both movies. This movie was pretty goddamn good. I thought it was great. It's the outlaw kind of movie thing. I don't know, maybe if you're a hard dead, maybe if you're like, I don't know, the people who complained about The Last Jedi, like, oh, Luke's an a-hole in this movie, because he's, lost his temple, at one point kind of thought to go to the dark side, but didn't, but in the end, still lost all of his, disciples, got his Jedi temple burned down, realized that being a Jedi is a stupid idea, because there will always be a disbalance between the light and the dark. Then if the light extinguishes the dark and the dark extinguishes the light, there won't be a balance, so you have to choose the in-between path. But, whatever. He's not the hero he was 20 years ago, 40 years ago. 20 years ago. God, 20, 30 years around there. And so, he sucks, and this movie sucks. And other crud. I don't know. I like the movie. I like this movie. It was good. I hope they keep doing more. I want to see a Darth Maul movie. Because Darth Maul is pretty freaking epic. He's awesome. And I want to see that, or does that whole ending transition into the animated series with Rebels? I don't know. I want to see a Darth Maul movie. Darth Maul is pretty freaking epic. Watch Clone Wars if you haven't, the show. Freaking great. And watch Rebels as well. I like Rebels. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're interested in this, I've done. Links are on my face. If you're there, they're somewhere. I'm going to have to probably go online and look for some Han Solo dice now. But either way, thank you for watching. Check out other videos. And we will. See you later. Aha!